I'm Ernie Garilao. On behalf of the Zwilig Family Foundation, I'm delighted to welcome you to the Bridging Leadership module. At ZFF, we're committed to strengthening the capabilities of the country's public health leaders who are expected to transform local health systems to become equitable and responsive to the needs of the poor, especially in rural areas. For the past 5 years, we have trained mayors, municipal health officers, and other community leaders to be bridging leaders. The Bridging Leadership Framework traces its roots to a global research project undertaken by Synergos in 1998, which identified the qualities of a bridging leader to address social inequities. In 2001, my colleagues and I at the Asian Institute of Management pioneered not just the teaching of BL skills to leaders in different sectors, but also in the application of bridging leadership concepts and skills to promote collaborative action to bring about social change. This video series aims to increase your knowledge on the bridging leadership process. The bridging leader undergoes 3 processes of transformation: ownership, co-ownership, and co-creation. Hopefully, by learning about these processes, you will be able to practice bridging leadership in your work. In this session, we will be talking about the first of the 3 processes in the Bridging Leadership Framework: ownership. You do this by developing self-awareness. Through this, you'll know your values. And this is important because values define who you really are, what you stand for, and what your purpose in life is. So how do you develop self-awareness? Ask yourself these questions. What do you want to do with your life? What are your values and principles? And do you stick to these when making decisions? Or do you set aside your values and principles in exchange for convenient and easy solutions? As a public servant, what legacy would you want to leave behind? After you've understood yourself better, you are ready to make a personal response to the social problem. As a bridging leader, you see every problem in your community as your own. You recognize that it is your responsibility as a leader to find a solution to these problems. You have a vision for a better future for your community. This is what it means to have ownership. What is your vision of a better future for your community? Answering these questions will help you attain your vision. What needs to be done to address the social problems? Who can help you address these? What are you willing to do to get things done? How far are you willing to go to solve the problems? Let's discuss a case study so that you can visualize how these abstract concepts are applied in real life. Let's look at how Mayor Belman Mantos of San Pablo, Zamboanga del Sur gained ownership.
Noong 15 ako, nagiging SK chairman ako. Pagkatapos nito, nag-college na ako. Natapos ko ang kurso kong commerce ng 3.5 taon. Naging campus leader din ako. Parang perfect na lahat tong panahong ito.
All things seemed to be going well for Mayor Mantos. But after getting his degree, he couldn't find a job. There simply weren't enough opportunities in San Pablo. he became a tambay for 3 years.
Parang bigla ako nawalan ng direksyon. Hindi ko na alam kung ano ang dapat kong gawin at kung ano ang gusto kong mangyari sa akin.
Things changed when he was reunited with his high school mentor who was running for mayor at that time. His teacher encouraged him to run for municipal council.
Noong una, naisip ko, ano bang kakayanan ko para maging konsehal? Pero sinubukan ko na din. Wala naman mawawala sa akin, di ba?
While on the campaign trail, he visited Barangay Songgoy, the poorest and most remote barangay in San Pablo. This visit was a personal turning point for him.
Walang kalsada sa Barangay Sunggoy. Kaya hirap silang makapasok sa school at makapunta sa health center. Marami ring subanin na hindi nakapag-aral dito. Pag taga-Sunggoy ka, mababa ang tingin sa mga tao kasi mahirap ka talaga. Yung nakita mo yun, doon ko talaga naramdaman na gusto kong magsilbi sa community. Gusto kong maging public official. Tulad ng teacher ko na tinulungan ako na mabigyang direksyon ang buhay ko. Gusto ko silang mabigyan ng direksyon tungo sa kaunlaran.
Mantos was elected councilor and later vice mayor.
Dito naranasan ko maging parte ng majority at minority. Pag minority ka, mahirap makapagtakbo ng mga programa kasi hindi ka sinuportahan minsan. Kaya kailangan mas magpursige ka. Kailangan din maging matatag, hindi lang para sa sarili ko, kundi hindi para din sa mga tao.
At 38 years old, Mantos became mayor. Because he himself had overcome many challenges to achieve personal success, he sought to understand the difficult conditions that held back so many of his people, especially those in Barangay Songgoy.
Ang problemang malaki sa amin ay ang kahirapan. Mahirap ang access sa basic services dahil coastal at upland ang area namin. Pag nasa malayo yung barangay ka, tulad ng Barangay Songgoy, tiyak na malaki ang posibilidad na hindi ka makatapos. Hindi ka makapag-check up at makapagamot dahil malayo ang tatawirin mo. Pag hindi ka nakapag-aral at hindi mabuti ang lagay ng kulusugan mo, mahihirapan ka magtrabaho. Malaking hamon talaga ang mapagserbisyuhan sila. Itong mga problema ito ay dapat masolusyonan natin. Dapat bigyan ng direksyon ang mga tao tungo sa pag-asa. Kaya ginawa ko ang lahat ng makakaya ko para matulungan sila.
What happened to Mayor Belman Mantos? Let's see. First, we see what he values: leadership, service, and resilience. We see his gift for leadership. He became a Sangguniang Kabataan chairman, campus leader, councilor, vice mayor, and eventually mayor. As a leader, Mayor Mantos faced a lot of challenges in implementing his programs when he became part of the minority. But this taught him the value of resilience. Then we observe how he seeks to understand the problems of his municipality. He had a hard time finding a job. He almost lost hope. So Mayor Mantos has a good understanding of what's it like to have limited opportunities for growth. Fortunately, he was able to turn his life around with the help of his mentor. Now he wants to serve San Pablo and help the people have better lives. Aside from this, he also understood the problems of the community. Those who live in far areas have limited access to basic services. Without roads, people will have a hard time having access to education and health services. This leads to poor livelihood, which leads to limited financial resources for basic needs. Mayor Mantos was able to own the problem because he underwent a personal process of transformation from the inside. This made him realize that he is part of the problem and its solution. By having an open mind and an open heart, he was able to make a personal response to the problem. Okay, let's review what we have covered so far. We defined ownership as having a personal response and committing to finding a solution to a social problem. We then talked about the 3 prerequisites to ownership: self-awareness, understanding of the social problem, and a personal commitment to improve the situation. I hope that was clear. If you'd like to map out your leadership journey, just like Mayor Mantos' story, you can download the instruction included with this module. If you want to continue with the Bridging Leadership module, please watch part 2 of this module, which talks about the next 2 processes of bridging leadership: co-ownership and co-creation. Thank you and good luck.